Hello and welcome back to Foundation Fabs or Flushes. I can tell you are enjoying these foundation wear tests and it makes me so happy. Thank you so much for watching. If you've ever watched any of my videos, I am forever grateful. And today's test is going to be Nars All Day Luminous. I actually was always afraid to try out foundations that have healthy, luminous glow in the title, but after Healthy Mix I am not afraid to try stuff out, because even though I have oily skin, I really enjoy that natural, healthy, radiant looking skin. So if you would like to know how Nars All Day Luminous covers acne and how long it wears on an oily skin, just keep on watching. As always, before I start, I'm going to read what Nars claims are with regards to this foundation. One of the reviews says, absolutely the best foundation I have ever tried. It lasts all day, is super light, not oily, and full coverage. Well, that sounds like heaven to me. This uniquely fluid foundation delivers full coverage with unexpectedly weightless 16-hour wear, all with just one drop. Highly pigmented and perfectly balanced, this breakthrough formula builds and blends effortlessly, the result of an exclusive innovation uniquely designed to deliver long wear, full coverage, weightlessly. Weightless, again, they really want you to know it's unique and weightless. Shake, pump and blend in sections for complete coverage. Oil free for all skin types and tones, full coverage, luminous matte finish. Ooh. 16-hour wear, paraben free, alcohol free, fragrance free, humidity resistant, sweat resistant and dermatologist tested. That just sounds so good. Benefits. I'm not gonna go into all of that, to be honest. Let's skim through it. Breakthrough weightless longwear technology, an exclusive blend of flexible Lancome foundation had that as well. And treated pigment.
Moves with the skin, delivers up to 16 hours of wear. Light as air formula sweeps on effortlessly, absorbs quickly and blends easily for all day natural luminosity. 100% oil free. One drops provides ultra lightweight complete coverage. Neutralizes discoloration for more even uniform skin. Tone correcting technology works instantly and long term to neutralize redness, dullness and discoloration for more even uniform skin. Unique blend of optical and skin ingredients, smooth skin while enhancing its natural beauty.
It seems like heaven. How to apply, we all know. Let's zoom in and let's put this on. And you already know me, I wasn't gonna spend £35 for the whole bottle without trying it first. I got a sample at the counter. I didn't want to spend a fortune on this series. Most, if not all, high-end foundations will be samples, but that's kind of the point. I got shade matched by the lady at the counter and she shade matched me to Fiji. Let's see. It looks pretty decent. She didn't pump out a ton, but it does say one drop full coverage, so this should be enough. As always, I will start with one side of my face and a sponge. Ooh. Oh. This is what I expected Lancome to be. I do have a little bit of a dry nose. I had an acid peel and it doesn't really want to stick onto my nose. And see that patch right there? That's like dry skin that I've peeled. Okay, wherever I do have like a dry spot, it doesn't really want to stick. Like here, 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 which is a bummer. I might have to like powder it down and like layer them. But if it wasn't for that dry skin in some places, I love this so far. You know what it reminds me of? My favourite from the drugstore, L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This is one side of my face with one layer of the foundation in comparison to my bare face. I really like it. Let's try the brush. Whoa. Whoa. If you're using a brush, you'll get a better coverage. This foundation, it does say it's oil free, so it's going to be water based. The sponge basically soaks it up. Whoa, 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 whoa. With the brush, you're gonna get full coverage. I think I like this better with a brush. Wow, come through brush. So far, I am blown away by this foundation. And no joke, if this holds, I don't expect it to last too long on my skin. I'm sure it will get oily reasonably quickly. But for now, this is the side with one layer of the foundation applied with the brush in comparison to my bare face. I love the finish. It does have that natural skin, what was it, luminous matte finish. Wow. Okay, I'm going to dip my brush into the foundation one more time and try and maybe cover these with the brush. See, I know I'm stippling, but that's the motion you do with a sponge, and it covers the spots that it didn't want to cover with the sponge. So if you are full coverage addict like myself, definitely use a brush rather than a sponge. And I agree, it doesn't feel, for this amount of coverage, doesn't feel heavy. I can feel that it's on my skin. I wouldn't call it completely weightless. You guys, whew, wow. I love this. If this holds, I'm getting a full bottle. As always, I will be testing different formulas just to see whether the foundation goes funny or it doesn't want to work with other formulas. I'm of course going to start with bronzing my face, and I'm using Revolution Matte Base Concealer in 13.5. I love this. I really like my base at the moment. Let's use concealer. Today I will be using Lasting Perfection. I picked up the shade 0. It might be a little light, so I'm not putting on a lot. And unfortunately, the only way I like to blend in my concealer is with the sponge. I'm worried this might ruin it. Let's take it slow. If it starts separating or I'm gonna lose coverage, I'll try and blend it with a brush. So what I did is blend the majority of my concealer with the sponge, but I'll blend the edges where the concealer meets the foundation with a brush, and damn, that looks good. It is 10:32, so I'm just gonna say 10:30, and I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup off camera. I'm gonna get on with the day, and actually, before I go ahead and finish my makeup, I'm just going to show you that I'm powdering my under eye. I do have very deep lines on my forehead, so I'm also going to powder my forehead. I'm gonna do my nose because of all those dry patches, and then since I have excess powder, I'm going to use a fluffy brush, fluff this off, and in a circular motion I'll just use that excess powder to powder the rest of my face. I love how this looks on my skin, and you can still see, even though I graced my face with powder, I have this this almost like natural looking skin. I'm going to finish the rest of my makeup. I'm already in a great mood now. I'll see you in 2 hours. Busy morning, 3.5 hours in, and I'm feeling myself. I love this foundation. The coverage is still there. The luminosity is still there. I don't look oily. I look dewy. In the center of my face, it looks very dewy, but I like it. I'm feeling myself. Did I say that already? I'm feeling myself. There's a tiny little bit of collection next to my lip, in my smile lines, right here. And there's a little bit of collection in my forehead lines. But overall, damn, I look good. I'm just gonna have to buy this foundation now. Shall I blot? Let's blot. I look freaking brilliant. And this is the transfer. To be honest, it's reasonable, and especially, like you can see it on the side, majority of this is the oil rather than the foundation. The darker spots are the bits of foundation. It didn't come off whilst blotting, which is always nice. I've got nothing bad to say about this foundation. I love the finish. It's very comfortable, so much better than my previous foundation wear test. So far, this is a fab, not a flush. 6.5 hours in. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with the check-ins today. Before I say anything, I will blot because my skin is shiny AF. But it has been 6.5 hours. There is a lot of transfer this time. A lot more than the first time round. But like, look. The coverage is still there. It's still nice and luminous. Still looks like skin. It's slowly separating above my lip. You probably won't be able to see that, but it's like slowly coming off. I really like this foundation. For 6.5 hours, this looks really good. Prior to blotting, for 6.5 hours, I was not like oil slick, kind of oily, which just blows my mind how a foundation that has Luminous in the title doesn't get like super oily looking on my skin. I'm really happy so far. Let's keep going. Our number 8, and hot damn, this is holding really well. Yes, I'm shiny once again and I will blot. Ta-da! Of course there's transfer. However, if you're new to my channel, I did say this once before, I would rather blot throughout the day and look nice, dewy, radiant, luminous, comfortable, rather than like super matte mask. I hate that feeling. I think this foundation is really good. There's barely any rub off around my neck, on my double chin, and that barely ever happens to me. Like this area of my face just eats the foundation. It transfers. This one only has a little bit. I'm blown away by this foundation. However, I must say, I kind of have a dupe for it, and it is the L'Oreal Fresh Wear. Even though this is a great foundation and I would happily pay £35 for it, there is a drugstore alternative that comes very close when it comes to the finish and the wear and whatnot. Healthy looking, luminous finish, and I love it. And it's long wearing and it has very good coverage. It just ticks all the boxes for me. So, very happy. Our number 10, my final check-in. This is my face at this stage. Yes, I'm shiny once again. However, I am very impressed with how this foundation has held up throughout the day. It is luminous, but you can wear it when you have an oily skin like myself because it does hold. So I would highly recommend this foundation even if you have oily skin. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. Technically, I've already filmed a whole outro, but I thought, why not? Let's do another check-in because it's hour number 12. I'm finally done with the day. I couldn't be bothered to take my makeup off, but I am now because I'm going to bed soon. And I just want to take it off, I'd do my skincare and just lay there and watch Netflix. I'm mind blown. There is a little bit of like rub off and the coverage is still there. It's still reasonable. I do look oily and the foundation is like slowly just falling apart. If I had to choose one foundation that's high end, that's worth recommending, this is the one. I enjoyed this wear test very much and I hope you did too. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best.